Fugitive Queensland Health Executive Joel Barlow is under guard in hospital tonight, ending the hunt for the man wanted over an alleged $16 million fraud. His arrest comes as police admit significant failures in investigating Barlow. Summer Burke is outside his luxury unit. And Summer, how did his capture unfold?
Well, Travis, you'd assume with a nationwide manhunt of this magnitude that there'd be police officers stationed outside the fugitive's home at all times, but it turns out that wasn't the case. Police admit there was no one here, and ultimately it appears that Mr Barlow's own phone call to ambulance at about 3 a.m. was ultimately what led police to his whereabouts.
Joel Barlow made people believe he had everything to live for, but early this morning the man accused of swindling $16 million from Queensland Health tried to take his life.
Basically just a policeman walking back and forth and talking to each other and trying to buzz into the building.
On the run since Thursday, the 36-year-old returned to his $6 million New Farm apartment. He took pills and then called an ambulance just before 3. The unit had not been under 24-hour surveillance by police.
I didn't have people at that particular unit, no.
Investigators began trying to figure out how the financial officer fooled so many. Even his neighbours had believed the lies.
It's great that they've got him, and yeah, I guess you don't know who you've got next door.
Who knows who's next door to anybody? Yeah, no, I didn't have a clue.
The Commissioner admits an investigation by his police last year was botched.
It would have been a fairly straightforward process for us to have checked his background in New Zealand. If we had done that, and if that had occurred, then the outcome could have been different.
Once cleared to leave hospital, Barlow will be transferred to the Watch House, new accommodation far removed from his fraudulent life of luxury. Friends say Louis wrote her a champagne flowed freely at an opulent party he hosted at Cloudland in the Valley.
Yes, it's stranger than fiction.
His Louis Vuitton birthday cake cost $30,000. He invited Queensland Health staff to a Christmas party last year where he put a generous tab on the bar. He'd also employed a full-time fashion stylist.
Police have now seized Barlow's apartment and everything in it. His possessions are considered to be the proceeds of crime and will remain in the property of Queensland Police until court proceedings are finalised. That, however, could be years away.
Years Barlow could now spend behind bars, but for now he remains under police guard in hospital. Chloe Baker, 10 News.
Well, the scandal has forced the Premier to take the extraordinary move of splitting Queensland Health into 2 departments. State political editor Kathy Border is at State Parliament. Now, Kathy, the political fallout is enormous.
Lexi, this could mark the death knell for the Bligh government. The Premier says splitting the department into 2 marks a new beginning, but voter trust with Queensland Health has already been tested to its limit. The trust me mantra from the Premier goes further. She says at this stage no jobs will be lost, but they can't tell us also how much a KPMG expert being brought in will actually be paid. A simple phone call to New Zealand Police in August last year would have confirmed the fraud fear.
Enough is enough. From today we begin the process of abolishing Queensland Health as we know it and giving birth to 2 separate organisations.
After the Patel scandal, the payroll debacle and now an alleged multi-million-dollar fraud, the government says it can fix Queensland Health by splitting it.
This is a panicked and desperate move by a government that is clearly in meltdown.
There appears to have been significant failures by both Queensland Health and the Queensland Police Service in the investigation of a complaint late last year.
The man the health ministers dubbed a master of deception was in fact rewarded by Queensland Health.
He has had a number of promotions.
The crisis-ridden health department will become 2, one wing doing hands-on healthcare, the other overseeing corporate and technology. But no details on how, except it won't apparently cost anything and might be completed before an election.
People in Queensland Health will have no need to be concerned about their jobs. Their jobs are safe.
There's nothing of substance in today's announcement other than an excuse for why the current structure has failed.
Chopping the department up without giving the chop to this government and this health minister is not going to cure the problem that is Queensland Health.
Neil Roberts' decision today to quit, becoming the 8th government MP to retire at the next election, could not have sent out a worse signal for the Bligh government.
People will have an opportunity to consider this next year when they go to an election.
Kathy Border, 10 News.